Ghana's economy for some time now has been going through challenging times as it is battling a number of issues including rising inflation and a rising debt among others. The country's currency has also been suffering continuous depreciation, especially against the US dollar since the beginning of the year. As part of efforts to check the situation, Minister of Information Kojo Nkrumah earlier this week assured that the free fall of the cedi to the dollar will end soon as government is expected to inject some $2 billion into the economy. He also noted that a $750 million loan expected from the African Export-Import Bank, the AfreximBank, will hit the accounts of the Bank of Ghana by the end of the week.
Our challenge with the currency is that as a country, do not export and repatriate enough dollar into the Ghanaian economy. We don't export enough and repatriate enough dollars into the Ghanaian economy. Very often, it has been when the fiscal policy managers go and borrow dollar as part of our financing program that you find that Ghana receives forex. That, in addition to a number of reasons that the Bank of Ghana has put out, have culminated in a situation where this year, because of the downgrades we have suffered, for which reason we cannot access the international capital markets, what is happening is that the inflow of forex is limited, and therefore the extraordinary demand by the stronger dollar and by the import pressures of our country, in addition to the repatriation of funds by investors, etc., as a result of what's happening globally, has led to a cedi that has depreciated pretty quickly. The Bank of Ghana introduced a number of measures in the short term to deal with it. And on the back of that, in fact, I think this morning the president was briefed that the $750 million that we were expecting, now all the paperwork has been concluded and should be hitting our accounts perhaps maybe today or tomorrow. That was a brief that the president was given this morning.
On Friday, 26th August 2022, Citi News sources with the Ministry of Finance confirmed that a $750 million loan expected from the AfreximBank had hit the Bank of Ghana's account. The money, which is part of a $2 billion loan from different sources, reached the central bank on Thursday, 25th August 2022. Government would use the $750 million, which came in three tranches of $332 million, $187 million, and $193 million to also finance some infrastructure projects. Proceeds from the loan, according to government, will help shore up its reserves, which stood at $7.68 billion as of June 2022. While lauding government's efforts at receiving the loan, the Association of Ghana Industries noted that it could help stabilize the economy in the short term. They are, however, calling on governments to adopt a sustainable approach to addressing the challenges facing the economy. Chona Makpelo is the Greater Accra chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, and he's been speaking to Citi News.
In as much as we're getting money in, it may not be entirely sustainable approach to deal with our situation, because we tend to rely very heavily on importing even during Christmas in a big way, so much so that there's very little of money left after Christmas. And so our hope is that in all of this, government trying to bring in money and also trying to solve short-term measures, our hope is that there will be a long-term approach vis-a-vis the short-term. So yes, the short-term is bringing revenue, money to the economy, but at the same time, we need to see a long-term, which AGI has been calling for this while. We want to be able to see a situation where we have an industrialization plan that focuses on building local industries to produce and increase export for same.